wondered if he did this himself. The District 10-6A Coach of the Year, Clark McMurtry. Next we have a couple awards. Several of you guys are aware of these. They are the All-Area Awards.
Let me tell you how this works. We as coaches really don't get much say in the All-Area. This is done by the DFW sports writers. I mean, every week after a game, one or two sports writers will call. Joseph Hoyt was one, Devin Hansen one. They want to know a recap of the game, the players that played, any standouts, all of that. So at the very end of the year, they have a lot of information. The people that follow Rowlett were Devin Hansen and Joseph Hoyt. They nominated two of our players for the All-Area. Now, I need to tell you this. I've never had two in the same year. I've only had three that made All-Area in my 22 years. And I've had 500 or 600 players go through here. And I had two in the same year. All-Area, Carson Prestridge. All right. My stroke has affected my eyesight, so I couldn't even read what he wrote down. But I'll try to do better. Along with the All-Area, there are other superlatives along with that. We had a player that not only received All-Area, but he received the most valuable player in the DFW area, Kevin Adolph.
Okay.
Okay, now let's go to something that's very hard for a player to accomplish. Not only do you have to be a really good player on the pitch, but you have to be a really good player in the classroom. You have to maintain an A average for 4 years. And if you do that, the Texas Coaches Association recognizes these players as academic All-State. The first, Kyle Stevens. All right, we had another one, 2 times. Our second academic All-State player, Ben Rendon. He is not here, so I'll accept the award on his behalf, as they say in the award ceremonies.
Yeah, good job, man.
Okay, I'm going to do something that probably 2 weeks ago would not have been a problem. But I'm going to read this letter. The awards and the accolades keep coming. We had a player nominated for All-State. And this is the letter that I submitted to the area sports writers and probably 250 coaches across the state of Texas. Kevin Adolfo is a junior that received the district's most valuable player award as a sophomore, and again this year as a junior. As a sophomore, he broke the school's single-season scoring record, and this year he shattered that record and shattered the record for the district's scoring record. He had 9 games in which he had multiple goals. He had 4 game-winning goals. And he had 2 games in which he had the assist that led to the win. He holds every scoring record for this school. Goals scored in a single year and a career. Goals scored in a career, career assists, and multiple goals scored. I know a lot of coaches nominate players for All-State every year. And I know a lot of coaches that nominate several players for All-State every year. And I've always felt that this award should be reserved for the best of the best. And I have not nominated a player for All-State in my 21 years. My nominee for this year is Kevin Adolfo, and I think he truly deserves the nomination and your vote and support for All-State. I received information from Devin Hansen a couple weeks ago on the few emails I could read, and he called and told me that Kevin not only received All-State, but he was the leading vote getter amongst all nominees in all positions. Congratulations, Kevin Adolfo, All-State. Kevin, one more thing. Just one more thing. Maybe 2.
I know you like to play tight.
I've got one other little story. And look, I know I've always complained about Josh and all of his stories, and I've done that for like 10 years, but I've got one other thing I need to add. Coach Pierce was my mentor. And my senior year, I had a devastating knee injury that finished my career. And he said, hey, you're going to have disappointments in life. It's how you respond to it. Everybody falls down. Not everybody gets up. And I remember my senior year, my last game, I could not play. I couldn't run. But he taped up my knee with like 3 rolls of tape, and guys, you know what I'm talking about, so I could get on the field and play my last game as a senior. I played like one series and then tapped out. And people that play football know what that means. It means you can't go anymore. And he came down and gave me a hug, put the sub in. And then, later on, he goes, you know, I never would have taken you out. I said, I know. He said, you did the right thing. This year, we had a player do that. And that's what spawned my memory of Coach Pierce. I had a player that came up to me, it was in San Antonio, Spencer Valley tournament, and said, Coach, this kid's playing better than I am. He needs to play in my spot. I remember Coach Pierce giving me a hug and saying, I love you, man. Moses Ramirez, I love you, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I can't top any of that. I'm not even gonna try. Coach McMurtry tried really hard to tell me not to do anything for him. Little did he know I already done something personally, and so I'm gonna read that to you. I pastored Jennifer for how many games? Like 10 games or more. I pestered her to get a picture of us standing on the sideline because in 10 years we didn't stay at the games together very much until this last year. So we got a picture, actually, in my opinion, a very, very good picture of the very last game. And I wrote something to you. And if I can get through this, then it'll be a miracle. Coach McMurtry, when I was a junior in high school and first decided to teach and coach, I must say that soccer was not on my list of sports. However, when I interviewed with you 10 years ago, little did I know I wasn't just signing up for soccer, but a mentor. You took me under your wing. You made sure I wanted for nothing. You made sure you had an answer for any question I inevitably would have. And you allowed me to approach you with anything. Told you. In 10 years, anything truly meant anything. You showed me how to be a better person as well as a better coach. You helped me learn not to sweat the small stuff and showed me how to navigate the big stuff. You've been much more than a boss, head coach, or coworker. I consider you to be a true friend. I'm going to miss the spontaneous brisket, ribs, and pulled pork when I walked into the portables. However, I hope you and Peggy get to create and enjoy that bed and breakfast I heard so much about. I'll be there for the grand opening. Thank you for all the memories, lessons, advice, and support you provided me these last 10 years. What have we here? Ladies and gentlemen, Dexter Meisner, former Rowlett Eagles soccer player.
Coach, when I heard this night was coming, the first thing I was told by everyone is that you want tonight to be only about the players. So naturally, we couldn't let that happen. I wanted just to come up here and thank you myself, but that didn't seem quite to be enough. So if you look to the back over here, and if you guys want to make your way up to the front, we have a group of your former players, Coach.
My granddaughter.
Coach, when you were talking before, I don't think you could have accomplished your goal more perfectly. You were an example, and you constantly pushed us to be better players on the field and people off the field. So I think we should all get on our feet and give a big round of applause to Coach Dr. Mercer.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. My other grandbaby.